Hi, my name is Rob Rahuba, and I was a member on Team Digby. Tonight I'll be discussing with you some interesting things that I noticed when going through the report for the simulation. So to begin, I first wanted to show you the asset turnover bar graph. As you can see, we are the lowest with 3.030, basically telling us that our company uses our assets very well to generate revenue. With having a low asset turnover, this basically tells us that we have high profit margins. To discuss the ROA, this basically tells you how profitable a firm is relative to total assets. We had the highest amount in inventory, highest amount in accounts receivable, highest amount in plant and equipment, highest amount in total assets as well. So for us to have that amount of total assets on hand and not have the highest ROA was very interesting to me and made me look more deeply into why that is. The next thing I wanted to show you is the line graph for profit. From round 6 to 7, you can see that we have a drastic increase in profit. In round 5, we actually introduced 2 new products, one the high end and one the traditional end. We also invested a lot into R&D, into marketing, and into production for these products. So the next round we did see a drastic increase in profit. In round 7 we actually introduced another product as well. So that's why from round 7 to 8 you don't see nearly as high of a profit. The next thing I wanted to show you was the contribution margin versus profit. And basically this is the incremental profit for each unit sold. So basically this represents the total earnings available to pay for fixed expenses and then the generated profit after that. So as you can see, this makes sense. Our contribution margin isn't as high, and which results with a profit not being as high as Fair's. However, what I did notice was us compared to Chester. Chester and Digby both had approximately the same contribution margin, but as you can see, profit for Digby was much higher, almost 50 times as much higher compared, or a little over 50 times as much higher compared to Chester. And I believe because we invested so much into the product, into the quality of our product, and we invested so much in marketing too, into the sales budget, into the promo budget, and to the decreased price, I believe that gave us such a better competitive advantage, and that is why more customers went to our product more than theirs. So I believe that is why we had much higher profit than they did. But I just thought that was very noticeable to see that we had the same contribution margin but completely different profits. The next thing I wanted to show you was the leverage versus sales. As you can see here, we have higher leverage and higher sales, and then leverage versus profit, which as you can see here, we have a higher leverage than Fair's but a lower profit. And I say this just for now for this year. I do not believe this is how it will look in the next 2 or 3 years. And that's because we have invested a lot into our products now, which will show beneficial results in the long term. And in the long term, when we start increasing profit drastically from investing so much now, we believe that in the long run that will allow us to not only save cost, but be able to invest and be able to in different ways to increase our stock price and just increase the financial position of our company. The final thing I noticed and I wanted to talk about was the ROS compared to sales compared to profit. So the ROS basically tells how much profit is being produced per dollar of sales. So an increasing ROS basically tells you that a company is growing more efficiently. So as you can see here, we do have the second highest ROS, and then we do have the second highest profit as well. We do have a higher amount of sales, and sales will continue increasing as well. And because costs will go down through investing a lot more money in total quality management and through human resources and through automation, in the long run, this will show that our ROS will eventually be higher. Our sales will, of course, be higher than our profit will actually eventually be the highest because of how much we are lowering cost. So that is the 5 obvious points that I noticed when going through the report. And yep, thank you very much.